Hello, good day, everyone. You're welcome to Relationship Rigs, and today we're going to look at an interesting topic: how to be matured in a relationship. How to be matured in a relationship. When we are talking about being mature in a relationship, is means being mature means handling love, problem, and emotion in a responsible and respectful way. Handling love, relationship in a responsible and respectful way. That is the way you handle your love, your relationship, your friendship, your communication. It should be in a responsible and respectful way. So that is when we say somebody is responsible. So how to handle love in a matured relationship, how to be in mature relationship. And that is an interesting topic we are going to look at today. And we're going to look at this topic under some important 7 points: how to be in matured relationship, in a responsible, in a good way, in a good manner. So we'll talk about matured relationship. So but before we continue, please click on like, share and subscribe button and drop a comment under this video. How do you handle your own relationship in a respectful way? So without wasting our time, let's go fully into the video itself. How do you handle love in a matured way? So number one is being communicate calmly. Communicate calmly. Communication matters. You addressed your partner in mature way, in a calm way. It's not as if you are shouting at him or her. It's not as if you are shouting, you are insulting in an insulting way. Nobody likes to be insulted. There are some people, they cannot absorb insults, and when you insult them, they will insult you back. They might even abuse you in the process. So that's the number one point. You have to communicate calmly. You talk calmly. You don't shout. You don't shout on top of your voice. You don't begin to shout on top of your voice on buccal cavity and shout with your big mouth opened. So you talk in a very calm manner when you want to address your partner. So that is the number one way to get into how to be mature in a relationship, is to what? Is to communicate calmly. You have to communicate in a very calm way, in a calm manner. So that's number one. Number two way on how to be matured in relationship is to take responsibility for your actions. You have to take responsibility for your actions. Whenever you are guilty, apologize. Whenever you are wrong, apologize. Whenever you do something wrong, you just have to say sorry. I'm sorry, please. Wells like sorry, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Such wells, at least you take responsibility for your action. I did it. When you do something wrong, uh you have to show that it was done by you, and you have to show remorse. Show remorse that okay, fine, you are guilty, you have a guilty mind towards it, and you apologize when it's needed, and you say sorry when it is needed, and you show apology when it is needed. So that is one thing, is to do what? To take responsibility for your actions. You don't begin to argue. Some people, when they are wrong, instead of them to apologize, they will not have that ego. They will begin to argue. They will turn it to argument. I'm right, I'm this. Maybe you did your own yesterday, I did mine now. So by so doing, you complicate things and make the matter worse. So the number two thing that has to do is to take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility. When you are guilty, you apologize. You say I'm sorry. So that's number two. Number three is to control your emotions. You have to control your emotions. If you want to be in a mature relationship, learn to control your emotions. If you are angry, how do you control your emotion? For instance, if you are hungry, you don't begin to shout and begin to be on top of your voice. So you have to learn how to be calm, to learn how to enter into matter. Let's say, for instance, your spouse is shouting, is vibrating, is shouting and showing anger. You, as a matured person, you can just remain quiet. That is what is called maturity. Let's be quiet. You might not even see anything at the moment. Let the matter go. Then after a while, you can just begin to talk. whenever the matter, maybe when the matter has been settled, you can just say this. At the end of the day, he might be the one that is guilty, but two wrong can never make it right. Let's say he is shouting, or he or she is shouting, and you two you are shouting. At the end of the day, you might not find a solution to the problem, and you continue to shout over and over and over at each other, and it will result to fight. So that is number two way. To number two way. Then number three way is to control your emotions. Control your emotions, which we have talked about. Number three. Number four is to respect boundaries. Respect boundaries. What are the kind of boundary? There should be limits to everything. When we are talking about boundary, we are talking about limits. There is a limit to everything. There is a limit to which you can take, and you get angry. But even when you want to, you still act maturely. So you have to learn how to respect boundaries. A boundary is boundary. Sometimes you might not want something. Maybe for instance, your boundary, for instance, maybe in your family, your husband might give you an instruction that he doesn't want a particular friend around you. He might see his reasons for that friend not to be coming to your house, maybe to your place of work. And you should be able to respect that, respect the boundary. There should be boundary, there should be limits to everything. It's not as if you bring a stranger to your matrimonial home, or without informing your husband, or you just take decisions without informing him or her. So at the end of the day, to lead to problem, lead to fight. You cannot just take decision. Maybe you just invite somebody to your house without the consent of your husband or wife. Then it will lead to problem, and it will result to more than what you think. And so that is it. Control your emotions. Then number four is to respect boundary. We've talked about respect boundary. Then be honest and transparent, which is number five. Be honest and transparent. When we are talking about honesty and transparency, honesty means to be honest in what you are doing, in your daily activity, in your daily attitude. Then you have to be transparent. Transparency means to be plain. To be plain, you have to do things correctly, and the way you say it is the same way it is. For instance, let's say you say you are going to office, then your husband should be able to see you in office. If eventually maybe there is a change of plan, instead of going to office, maybe you go to an hotel, or you go to an occasion, then you should be able to call him or her on phone. So there should be transparency. It's not as if you say, fine, I'm going out, I'm going to an occasion, or maybe let's say I'm going to greet a friend, and at the end of the day, instead of going to greet a friend, he finds you maybe in a clubhouse somewhere else. So there is no longer transparency, there lies. And once trust is broken, initially he or she trusts you, but once trust is broken, then to rebuild it will take a lot of time. He will never trust you again. He will believe that was everything you are saying, you have been lying. Even when you continue to tell the truth, he will not believe it again. So you learn how to do what? Be honest and transparent. The number six part of it is to learn to compromise. You have to learn to compromise. Learn to compromise. Sometimes you just have to compromise, and you just have to adjust yourself to the system for peace to reign. Let's say, for instance, there are some matters at home, or maybe in your relationship. There are some matters in your relationship, and that may result to fight and argument and some other things. But instead of you handle it, you compromise. You just act along for peace to reign. You act along. Let me just use the word act along for peace to reign. You compromise just for peace to reign. And there are some things you see, you just behave as if you did not see anything. But it's not everything you see you keep quiet. When under compromise, there are some things you see, you talk immediately. But there are some things you just pretend as if you did not see anything for peace to reign. So that is one of the way to compromise in a relationship. And how to be mature in a relationship. The last but not the least, which is seven, don't play emotional games. Don't play emotional games. Don't play with your feelings. His love. Don't act as if you don't make him to be scared. For instance, you pretend as if you are dead. For instance, you pretend as if you are sick when you are not. So you play with his emotions, and for instance, you play as if you act what is not, you tell lies and some other things, and so don't play with his emotions. Emotional, don't play emotional games. Don't play emotional games. So, how to be mature in relationship? Don't forget we talk about maturity. It means handling love, problem, and emotion in a responsible way. When we are talking about maturity in relationship, I believe you must have gained one or two things from this channel. Please click on subscription button and drop a comment under the section. How can you act maturely, or how have you been acting maturely in your relationship? Till we meet again, I remain your relationship expert Balogun Abayomi. Drop a comment under this video and click on subscription button for more interesting video. Till we meet again, bye.